Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to give you an update on how our garden is doing. Over here, our potatoes are still nice and green. They were flowering, but I took the flowers off so that all the energy would go down to the potatoes. I did throw in some chia seeds just for fun, so they're acting as a bit of like a mulch to keep the soil moist. And I don't know, they look kind of cute, huh? Chia. Chia. Good morning, everybody. Hey, brother. And yes, we found a snake on the side of the house. I about crawled out of my skin. I don't even know what kind it was, but the life of living in the country. Can't be scared of nature and live in the country. This is my other potato plant. These two, they're just about finished. When your potatoes start to die, that's when you know they you know that they're about done. Right here, these are really like out of there. I will probably move these over to our patio so that they, if it rains again, they won't continue to get wet. Also, I'm going to have to figure out or start saying my goodbyes to my okra plants that are doing really, really well. So, bit of advice, don't plant okra and potatoes together because you got to dig up the potatoes eventually. But the okra plants are doing really well, which tells me that my soil is great. And so I just know that my potatoes they're ready. So I'll do a video on that and we can all experience it together. Once again, it's my compost. We did some seedless watermelon, which was okay. It wasn't as red. And then over here is a basil. And mind you, I chopped this down. I thought I killed it. I was prepared for it to die, but it came back like a true champion. So basil, if you have basil, the key to getting more basil is to prune it, and simply you can just take off a leaf, or you can cut it. If y'all can see here where I've already cut it, and then these two sprouted off. What is it? What's the medulla, where you cut off one head and two more grow back? Or was it one of the Greek god things, whatever? Anyway, y'all get it. Here's another one of my okra plants, or it's a few okra plants, but this okra is about ready for today. All this right here, if you haven't guessed, I do enjoy okra. Here are our tomato plants here. We're gonna prune these as well. They're kind of flowing over into our neighbor's fence, but she's okay. And the Swiss chard here, it's been a struggle. Normally these do really well, but this is also a very cooler weather type of plant. I mean, they'll do okay in the summer, but I think I'm gonna try this again closer to the fall. Once again, my candy plant. So all of this tastes like sweet and sour. This is tropical hibiscus. What do you use to keep the pests away? So I use a combination of things. And how do you keep bugs from eating the leaves? Great question, Shaniqua. I do a couple of things. One, I try to keep it all natural, meaning things that I can, or you and I can both ingest. That's what I try to use. So I maybe do a combination of water. Now, mind you, can't eat soap, but dish detergent and some apple cider vinegar. Mix that in and spray it on the leaves. Now, I would do that on the evening side, because in the morning you have bees out and you don't want to kill your bees. The other thing that's very, very simple is to use soapy water and just dunk your plants in it. And that sounds kind of harsh, but will suffocate the pests and things. I've heard putting cinnamon around your plants, that also deters pests. Now, if you want to use something that's, oh yeah, neem oil. So when I say neem oil, I'm talking about the cold pressed 100% neem oil by itself, and then you take that, mix it with a couple of two tablespoons of neem oil, 1 tablespoon of soap, and then you want to use like warm water, because remember the oil, it's pretty compressed, so you want it to loosen up, and fill it in a 1 gallon jug, and then spray the leaves. And it puts like it's almost like you putting on shea butter on your skin, and then go outside, and if you get wet, you can see the water bubbles boil up, or bubble up on your arm. It does the same thing with the leaves. And once again, I would do that on the evening side, and that also helps with the mold that sometimes you get on the squash plants from water sitting on them. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Also, depending on the type of plant, sometimes when you have things like this, like I'm just letting these just go, like I've prayed over them, and this is actually doing better, but these, I was like, well, maybe if I just let them go and then put a little something on them, it will help them to move about the country. But sometimes when you have bugs eating your plant has sent out a signal that's like, I'm tired, I'm dying, that type of thing. As far as like my okra plants, where those I'm not necessarily concerned about, just because there's so many, healthy leaves and whatnot. The plants that grow underground, like my radish and whatnot, I don't worry about those, just because they are underground. So I believe in, you got to share a little bit if you're going to garden outside, and technically I'm in their home, so you gotta share. So that's how I take that. And like my kale right here was doing really great, and then all of a sudden somebody had, I guess, a birthday or something, and that was the buffet item. So that's where, sorry about that. Yeah, hope that answers your question. Amaranth, that's this red green looking plant right here. You can eat it like spinach. I've just planted that around the base of our worm tower to help keep some moisture there. Parsley, I'll probably come out and cut this, trim it a little bit. It is really bounced back. I got this from the store. This is our corn. I'm really excited. It's my first time growing corn. So I would say corn is probably the first plant I ever tried to grow, and just, I think I drowned it, but I watered it every day and cried because it wouldn't grow. But here I am. Here's our cantaloupe. I think we have about 5 or so of these, but these are the ones that are a good size. Y'all can see that. Cantaloupe, another worm tower. And this is the pak choi. So Shanika, I was working on this, they were growing, and then all of a sudden they bolted. So I'm just letting them grow until they die, and the little pods for the most part will have seeds, so I'm gonna keep those and hold on to them. We just bought some bell peppers, and yeah, we'll have a funeral for them later. They just did not, I don't know if it's something about this section, or they're just shocked. I don't know. And here we go, watermelon. So maybe another 30 days, more candy. As you can see, everything, and I'm being very careful because this is a great place for little critters to hide. I already told y'all I don't do snakes. I grew up with rattlesnakes in West Texas, and I walked past a couple, so yeah, as much as I love being outside, I respect those that were here before me. There's a few more in here, but that requires a little too much digging. This is another okra plant. You can see the significant difference in the leaf sizes, and a couple more pieces of okra there. This is the cayenne plant. I don't know if y'all can, there you go, there's a couple of peppers there, and we'll leave those on until they literally turn red, and the flowers mean that more fruit are coming. So flowers are good. Here's a larger cantaloupe right there. You can see there's a watermelon back there, and there's another watermelon there. So anything that vines, you gotta have space for them to vine, and the leaf coverage is really good in keeping the moisture in. Shaniqua, one other, I guess you could say, semi-organic, I haven't looked at all the ingredients, is Sevin Dust, and that's like that light brown sand looking right there. That also helps to keep pests and bugs away. It's pretty good. Cayenne pepper, if you have stray cats and dogs, my brother has a pretty awesome recipe. Brother, if you're still there, you're gonna type that in the comments for them. I think it's like cayenne and more cayenne and there's some more cayenne and something else, and you sprinkle it around and they stay away. So here's our third worm tower. There's a net there that keeps other critters and things out, and that's about all you can see. You can't really see the worms, of course, because they're at the bottom. And let's see, peppers, another tomato plant. These are a few things that were transferred, and this is our third what's this plant there? I might have lost for words, but anyway, so it's growing really. Cantaloupe, there you go. And these right here are some of the, these are yellowish, yellow white onions. Leeks that are doing okay. Leeks are normally a cooler climate type of weather. Let's see, my brother says I use the cayenne, garlic, and sulfur for snakes. Amen. Mixed with cat litter. Okay, so there you go. These are loofahs, so my plan is to have these in my shop for Christmas time. And here's some more corn, okra, and these are bean sunflower seeds, or sunflowers, let me say that. But anyway, this is where we are as far as our home garden. This was all started March 13-ish, right before our actual spring break. This is my backyard. The Brazos River is on the other side, so it is a lot of wildlife to share with. So like I said, I don't get too hung up or caught up on different things eating at the leaves. And that's about where I think I'm gonna pray over this section right here, because I don't know what it is right here, but we'll just pray over that. Talk to your plants, pray over them, go out, speak life into them, because they're giving you life. These are peanut plants. I don't know if I talked to you about that. Those little spear looking things are where the peanut shoots are going to come off of. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. We're getting ready to make our way out and about. I feel like I've lost a couple of pounds just standing outside today. Do your gardening early, unless you're trying to sweat your weight away, or late in the evening, like 7 o'clock when it's nice and cool. One other last thing, this is my back porch. We just finished cutting the grass, so we are gonna get this cleaned up. But these are aloes. If you have aloe plants or you need a gift for somebody, these are really awesome gifts. All of this really needs to be dug up and replanted. Drink water. Yes, Stephanie, thank you. Yeah, my time that I need to replant. As far as getting free things for your garden, Home Depot and Lowe's do give away wood scraps. Y'all can see me sweating. Wood scraps, and also if there's like bags of dirt or mulch that were opened or they burst, they normally sell those for like about $1. So if you go right when they open, you have a good chance of getting those. And then, see my camera here. And what else? Oh, Starbucks. And Starbucks will give you free coffee grounds. Now be careful with the coffee grounds because it's very acidic. So if your plant does not like acid or is not an acid loving plant, be mindful of putting too many coffee grounds in there. But if you have a small compost or a pot where you don't have anything to put in it, you can mix those coffee grounds in there and it'll start to break that down and provide more nutrients to your soil. But coffee grounds are great. Your kitchen scraps, remember, anything that grew out of the ground is great to put back in the ground. No meat, no bread, no milk, okay? Or anything in those categories. Don't put those in your soil because it creates a completely different level of mold, and it also attracts animals like that eat meat. Okay, so your scraps, if a piece of fruit or vegetable goes bad, chop it up, stick it in your ground, bury it in there kind of deep. Now, if it has seeds, remember, it just may grow. So don't be surprised if that happens. But this is a great way to build your own soil and to keep nutrients going without having to continuously go back to the store. Just keep that in mind. Other than that, that is all that I have. Are there any other questions? Hey, Mom. Whew. Yeah, I've been out here like 5 minutes. But I guess that means I'm hydrated, right? If I'm sweating like this. This is a great project for your kids to keep up with all summer. I know many summer camps are either closed or they're going virtual. So this is a way to get your kids outside, and it also provides them a level of accomplishment when they can see, this is what I grew. This is something that I grew. Get them some plants that are going to give them a high success rate, like okra. Is one that will grow pretty much through anything. Any type of bean will grow if they are adamant and dedicated to it. Give them some type of herb. Okra is still a good plant to grow right now. We're in June. Pumpkin seeds, but that's going to vine, but it's not going to be ready until late fall. All right. Well, you all have a great Saturday, and this is me checking out from Gaddy's Garden. I'll be back a little later to, teach you something else, give you a follow-up on a few other things, okay? Have a good day. Love you guys.